Hi everyone, Sharon here. Today I have a few Etsy store updates to share with you. The first two are two new digital kits that I have available. These are ones I just recently put together because they are scans of some French documents that I acquired. And I thought the timing of these were perfect because they have these nice springy colors to them, kind of Easter and springy. And I just thought they would make some really nice Easter journals if people were interested in that. So I scanned these 6 documents and turned them into 2 different kits. Both kits have these 6 covers in them, and I'm kind of calling them, like these 2 are Dusty Pink, and these 2 I'm calling Dusty Lemon. They are not quite as bright as what they show up on camera here. They almost look neon with my ring light, but they're much more muted. And then these 2 are kind of what I would call a Dusty Periwinkle, maybe, kind of a bluish purple color. So the 2 kits have different orientations. The first one is a tall, slim format. So I've got the 6 covers, 2 yellow, 2 purple, 2 pink in this format. And you can print them full page or borderless, depending on the size you want. And then along with that, there are 19 different document pages similar to these that I've incorporated into the kit. So those will print out and work nicely with the covers in that kit. And then I also did a second kit in the horizontal format for the regular size type of journal. Something closer to maybe like a 5.5 by 8.5 or slightly smaller if you've got borders. So I've got, again, the 6 covers, and then I've got, in that one, 7 document pages with the double page. So each of these will have 2 document pages on one so that you can, again, print those out and use them as pages in your journal to go with the covers. Shortly after I got these kits put together, Rachel from Roxy Creations came out with her new Easter kits for this spring. And I took a look at her kits and thought immediately, oh my gosh, those would work really well with my new French document covers. And so I got busy and got to work and made some journals incorporating my kits with her kits. And I just thought I would share those with you because I have these 5 journals now completed. And I also have these out in my shop too if anyone's interested in purchasing them. So I thought I would just do a couple of quick little flip throughs of these today so you can kind of see what I made with them. The kits that I used from Rachel are her Easter kits 5 and 6, and 5 is the regular format, so that one goes really well with this. And then she's got a tall format, which is her Easter kit 6, which goes well with this. And then she also has her ephemera kit 5, which I've incorporated into these journals as well. So 2 of these I've used the horizontal format, and then I made 3 with the tall, slim in each of the colors. So maybe let's just take a look. I think I'll just go through one of these journals because the insides of each of these 3 are virtually identical. Other than the pages might be in slightly different orders. And I pulled the antique and vintage book pages that I used in these from the same books. So they look very, very similar, but just different pages in the books. And the other thing I did with these journals was I created some wraps from embroidery pieces, some linens, and then I tied them up with some crinkled seam binding. And I really crinkled these seam binding ribbons, so they'll eventually relax a little bit, or if you want to relax them on your own, you can just spritz them with a little bit of water and some of those crinkles will come out. I don't mind them too much, but they are quite crinkly. So I'm just going to pull the ribbon off of this one. And then let's unwrap it. And then with each one, I've just inserted an antique Easter postcard in the front. So what I did with the covers on these, I printed off the images from the kit, and then I took a file folder and used that for the base of my cover. And then just kind of roughed it up along the edges to give it a little bit of a vintage look. And then on the inside covers, I used some vintage ledger paper. So I've got that on the front and the back. And then these are what I would call plain journals. So they've got 60 pages. I did put in some tucks and pockets and things using Rachel's ephemera kit and also using some laces and fabrics of my own. But I did not do a lot of ephemera making on my own. I just left that up for the user. So these are really ready to go if you want to make a spring or an Easter journal. I did incorporate Rachel's ephemera kit in its entirety. So it's a 4-page kit, and every single piece of that kit is in each one of these journals in one form or another. The few bits and pieces that I had left, I did put in this window envelope in each one. So let's just go through this one. As you can see here, I used one of the ephemera pieces from our kit there on the cover. And then she's got just really gorgeous papers in these kits and really nice colors in them I like. So here I created a top tuck. Here I've got a lace belly band on that page. And then this is one of the ephemera pieces I just clipped in. Another corner pocket. And then I've used some old book pages to incorporate in here. And then I also used some Amity Bloom washi to reinforce some of the pages, so you'll see some of that in each one of these as well. Here is a linen napkin that I used for a page. And then I've got old book pages with a pocket here. A little side tuck on there. Here's one of the pages from my kit. You'll see that on half of Rachel's pages, I used some of her wallpaper and background pages from some of her other kits. And then in the other half of her pages, I backed with my document pages in here. So you got a little bit of a variety of things going throughout. And then here I used an avocado dyed piece of paper. Again, some of the ephemera that I've just clipped in and ready for you to just have a play and some fun with those. Some vintage sheet music, and again, wherever I could, I incorporated pockets. Here's a piece of ephemera. This is probably the extent of what I did for decorating. I did add a doily onto this piece, and each one of them has that. And then on the strings in the middle, I've got a couple of charms. Some of these are old French book pages. I just love some of these beautiful background pages. I think these were called end pages, one of her end page kits. So all of the digitals in all of these journals are from Roxy Creations that are not part of my document kits. And then here I just took one of the ephemera pieces again and adhered it to this fabric page. And we've got a top tuck. I've also made a lace pocket in each one of them. And then here I took some offcuts from one of the other pages and just created a double belly band. And then, like I mentioned, here's a window envelope with some of the ephemera pieces inside. So those were a lot of fun to put together. So I've got 3 of these tall ones. There's that one, and then there is this purpley blue one, and then this is the wrap for that one with the green ribbon. And then I've got this yellow one, and there's the wrap for that one. And I will have pictures in the Etsy posts as well. So those are the tall ones. And then I've got these 2 that I made from the regular size digital kit. So here, this one, well, let's look at this one first. I just tried to create as many variations as I could to give you some ideas on what you might want to use or do with the kit. So here again, I've got a ribbon and this wrap that I created from this piece of linen. And then I've got the Easter card on there. So for this one, it's got the writing on this side of the page. So I thought on the other side of the cover, you could either use a digital image to embellish or a piece of lace. Like here, I took a piece of lace and put that there. You could create a pocket or a tuck. You could really use your creativity, but you know, it doesn't have the printing going across the entire page like the tall one where that was cropped here. And then on the back side of this, again, I just took one of Rachel's digitals to kind of embellish the back a bit. And then for this one, I lined the inside with a piece of fabric. So I stitched that. First I glued it lightly just to tack it in place. And then I stitched this cover and the fabric to my file folder to create the inside and outside. And I just thought these colors, there's kind of that dusty periwinkle in here and the olive green. And I just thought they went really well with this page from Rachel's kit. So this is her kit 5, which is in the regular format. I sized this down a little bit to make a 7 by 5 inch journal. But like I said, you could fill your page and make one that's slightly larger. So here are the journal pages in this one. And again, I'll just point out the tucks and things. So you can see the beautiful digitals. And then here again, some of the document pages from my kits. And then here and there, I would embellish with some of the ephemera pieces from Rachel's kit. There's a side tuck. Pocket. Here's a top tuck, and then I just tucked one of the ephemera pieces in there. A bottom pocket. Here's the lace pocket in this one. I really love some of these document pages where most of the writing is going this way and then they've got some going down the side. It just adds a little bit more interest. And as you can see, the pages that I used, the book pages, are very similar. I used different background pages in this one versus the tall ones, just for some variety. Here are the charms on the inside. And then tuck there, another top tuck. So there are plenty places to put ephemera or journaling spots, more of the ephemera. Just beautiful colors in these. And then again here, another lace belly band. Bottom tuck. And I'm just pointing these out because I don't know if you can see them right off on camera. Again, top tuck there. This is a pocket on the bottom. Piece of the ephemera. Oops. And then this old cookbook page, I love using those. Another piece of ephemera on there. And then again, I made the double belly band. In this one, I put the envelope with the ephemera in the belly band because I didn't want to cover up this pretty page. Okay, so that is that one. Set that one off to the side. And then this last one is a pink cover, and it's got this kind of peachy embroidery piece, an olive green ribbon, and then I've tucked in there this pretty old postcard. So for this one, I did something a little bit different, whereas this one I just left the cover as is. This one, I kind of did a modified between the tall and the wider one by taking this edge and folding it in to create a little tuck on the inside of the cover. So you can see it's a bit narrower than this one, but not as narrow as the tall slim. This one's about almost like a traveler's notebook size. I think it's about 8 1/4 by 4 1/4 approximately. And then the back I just embellished a little bit also on this one. So like I said, on the inside of this particular one, there is a tuck. And then we've got the tuck, similar. You'll see a lot of similarities from journal to journal. Because this one is a little bit narrower than the other one, there are a lot of side tucks in it. Ephemera piece. And this is I believe this was probably a napkin. Linen napkin, and then pocket. This is a flip out. And then another flip out. And then this has top tuck. And here's the lace belly band in this one. And then corner tuck, side tuck. Lots of tucks in this one. Bottom one. So if you're finding that this probably doesn't provide a lot of journaling space, you really can take any journal card or writing paper and tuck those in all the pockets, and you have plenty of space to put your journaling. And then here, top tuck on that page. Here, this is a flip out, and then I just added this piece of ephemera on there. Again, I've got the charms on those strings. And then you'll notice in all of these journals, I did do some punching on the sides of the pages here and there. Top tuck. I love this little bunny in Rachel's kit. He looks to be in a hurry. Side tuck. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, I don't know if you saw them in the other ones, but each one of these also has a pressed flower from my garden that I put in each one. I don't remember what page those were on. I must have flipped through those quickly. The lace pocket. Some more of that Amity Bloom washi tape that I love. The other side of that napkin. Oh, this is a side tuck. And then the double belly band again in this one. And then here I just tucked the envelope with the ephemera into the side tuck on the back cover. So that is that one. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a review today of some of the things that you maybe can do with Rachel's kits or my kits for spring, kind of get you in the mood for Easter and warmer weather. Until next time, bye-bye.